Hello everyone, Ace here, and we are back with my Let's Play of Empire Earth, or rather the Greek campaign. So, the last level we covered the Peloponnesian War, which means we're actually going to be starting an entire trilogy on Alexander the Great. This is, of course, the guy we're going to be ending the campaign on, so we might as well see the first of this trilogy, and it's pretty good, I'd say. So, yeah, here we are.
Ignorance and superstition. Aristotle once grumbled as he rooted among the wild herbs growing near the coast in Mytilene. They're like twin idiots running rampant through the land. After her eventual loss to Sparta and the Peloponnesian Wars, the city of Athens lost faith in herself. And in the rising tide of fear and mysticism that followed, the old philosopher-scientist had chosen to head for higher ground. Here in Mytilene, Aristotle had commenced his studies in natural science, observing and recording the myriad characteristics of the flora and fauna. But a new storm of militarism was about to sweep across the land. A young prince named Alexander was next in line to rule the kingdom of Macedon. And a certain philosopher-scientist would soon be appointed to tutor the up-and-coming general in the ways of power.
Awesome. So we're actually going to be getting a few lessons from Aristotle. Awesome. So here's the history. Again, as normal, I'm not going to read it here, but if you want to, feel free to pause the video now and have a look. So aside from that, we'll move on to the hints here. Okay. Yeah, so we do have to be a bit economical with it because the only way we're going to get gold is by plundering enemy cities. So it's a good thing that I've leveled up, or I've reduced the cost of my units. Okay, so let's start it, shall we?
People of Mytilene use these herbs to control rats. In the right dosage, they could be used to affect the spread of disease or famine. Well, I wonder what else of interest can be found in the area. Ah, what have we here? A remarkable breed of horses, unlike any other on the island.
We bought them from a Macedonian merchant. He said that in Macedon, these horses breed wild in the hills.
My lord Aristotle, messengers have just arrived from King Philip of Macedon. They wish to speak to you at once.
Aristotle has been summoned to Macedon, where he will take on the responsibility of tutoring King Philip's son. This is an honor of the highest possible degree. Aristotle must board the Macedonian transport at once and report to the palace on his arrival.
Okay. So let's get to well, the rest of this mission, I guess.
My lord Aristotle, welcome. Please wait here until young Alexander comes to greet you personally.
Here he is, Alexander the Great,
Aristotle,
before he was great.
how good to see you again. I still remember our days at court.
Pardon
when
me?
your father was the royal physician. And now you've been hired to be my tutor. It is an appointment that pleases me greatly, my lord. You're looking well. The life of the prince suits you, I'd say. Where is your father, the king? He's dealing with a troublesome group of rebels, even as we speak. Then let us begin your tutoring at once, my prince. We will go and observe your father, and that will be your first lesson. All things are learned by observing the world around us. The end is coming.
Sorry. I think I'm running a little bit of a cold here, perhaps, so sorry about that.
The end is coming. The hill warriors are attacking. I must help my father. No, I beseech you, stay out of this fight, Your Highness. You must watch and learn. Very well. My father's phalanx tactics will cut them to shreds, even without me.
Not quite how a phalanx works there, but okay.
Ah, but what is this? Notice how cleverly they use their mounted warriors. Even your father's elite soldiers may have some trouble. Briefly. We have learned something of use today, I think. I have heard that superb wild horses can be found in the hills of Macedon. With such animals, we might be able to combine your father's tactics with those of the mounted warriors we just observed. Let's see if we can locate these wild horses. Wait, let me talk with my father for a moment. Father, wait! Can't you take a moment to discuss the battle with me? He seems too busy just now, Your Highness. Come, let us resume our studies.
All right.
Search for the horses of which I spoke.
Here's a group. Let's see how many points we have. Quite a bit. Good. Because I'm going to be upgrading one of my cavalry. I'm going to be upgrading one of my cavalry branches. I'm not sure which yet. I forget which, because we're going to be unlocking a new special unit with this, and so it's a.
Yes, these are the very horses we've been looking for. Let us herd them back to town and into the stables. The end is coming.
Okay. Might as well speed it up a little bit here.
Yes, Master. Assassination. Regicide. Alexander's father has been murdered outside the city gates. The killers must be found and put to death for their horrible crime. Yes, Master. Okay, my lord.
And of course they killed one of the horses. Fantastic. Okay, so good news, bad news situation. Good news is one of them is low on health. Bad news is these are units that are going to be able to counter Alexander because they use spears. Okay, so that one's dead.
The assassins have been executed, but this hollow revenge offers little comfort. For I have lost my father, and shall never speak with him again.
With King Philip's death avenged, all of Macedon is prepared to accept Alexander as their new king. Alexander and his esteemed tutor are due at the Macedonian town center, where the young prince will enter into preparations to take the throne.
Okay, so we'll just take Aristotle there too.
Young Alexander is inside the town center now, waiting to be declared Macedon's new king once his final phase of training has been completed. Initiate his training.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Eureka! I have figured out how to utilize the horses my master and I located during our studies. When Alexander emerges as the new king, he will be able to train elite mounted warriors at his stables, and they shall become his companion cavalry. What's more, I may be able to help my master further. If I can travel back to Mytilene and get some of the herbs I found there, I believe I could use them to spread disease among our enemies.
Okay, so you have to be very careful with this section because, as you just saw, we have hurricanes to deal with. Okay.
With these special herbs I have collected, I am ready to help Alexander subdue those who would rebel against him.
Okay. I don't, however, quite want to deal with the hurricanes just yet. So I'm going to wait until this this ship is completely healed up before going out there again. Alexander is probably gonna, yep, he's finished his training.
All hail Alexander, son of Philip, new king of Macedon. The armies and the buildings of Macedon are now under your command. A messenger from the south rides in haste to the city. Dire news is no doubt upon his lips.
Okay.
Sire, I bring grave tidings. Believing that both you and your father are dead, Athens and Thebes are in rebellion. Even now they are assembling armies and preparing for war, in violation of their treaties with Macedon.
In order for Alexander to secure his throne and solidify Macedon's hold on Greece, he must put down the rebellion by destroying the armies of Athens and Thebes.
Okay, let's get to that then. Something I should point out, if you, let's see, I could have sworn I saw a few of them. Never mind, I guess. First thing we're going to do is get some more citizens to the farms. I think 3 should do. Next, companion cavalry. Let's see what kind of unit that is real quick.
All hands on deck. Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay, I think
Hoist the sail.
I've got enough health on this guy that it's either not going to matter.
Hoist the sail.
Okay, so
Aye, aye, Captain.
whatever you do, just
Our
sail
Greek cousins
through.
depend on phalanx units backed by stone-throwing engines, sire. But with your new cavalry, you can attack them from the side and eliminate them quickly.
Okay, that
Indeed, with cavalry such as this, no army on earth shall be able to stand against you.
Yes, my lord?
well, that's good. So what I'm going to do, since those are very clearly spear units, cost decreased, attack, armor, hit points. Yeah, that looks good. While I'm at it, I might as well get a few things in siege engines here. So that, and cost reduction on that too. Good.
Your Royal Highness should be careful of spending too freely. Your father left you with a depleted treasury, and you will get more gold and iron only by plundering your enemies' cities.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let's see here. The usual upgrades against the Greeks, which means upgrading the... Waiting for the food supply to catch up to demand here, but then I'm gonna focus on upgrading, of course, armor, health, well, specifically pierce armor, health, and attack. That should do the most good for us. Now, the good news is that Alexander is, of course, a strategic hero, meaning that he's going to heal his troops in the middle of the fighting anyways. The whole gold thing is going to be an issue, of course, but...
For the throne. For honor and glory.
Okay. I'm not typically a huge fan of sending just one unit type out, but it does look like I've kind of spent myself into a quarter on that. Good news is I can, of course, once I get enough citizens together, get enough resources to remedy the problem. Here we go. So I'm going to need 150 more food to fill that granary up to capacity as well. But once I do, there we go.
Yes, my lord, certainly.
Yes, my lord. As you wish.
Yes. Certainly.
Okay. I think I can get. Okay, so.
Yes, my lord.
Yep, that'll be plenty.
Yes, my lord. Certainly.
Yes. Yes, my lord. As you wish. Yes, my lord. To victory!
Okay, so the good news is I've got plenty of troops coming out of the barracks there.
Orders?
Let's see. Once my population is up to capacity, is when I'll actually make my move. Of course, Aristotle's going to be really useful since he can, of course, now cast calamities. Let's see.
Your orders? Where should I go? Cavalry, forward! Your orders? For honor and glory. For the throne!
Okay.
Yes,
As you wish.
yes, my lord. Certainly.
Yes. As you wish. Yes. Certainly.
Might as well speed it up with another barracks, just for the sake of it.
As you wish.
Your orders?
My one and only real worry in this case is going to be enemy archers, but with the battle cry and the fact that Aristotle can cast malaria, I should be able to deal with that. Now, the objective in this particular level, is just to destroy the armies, just like the Rise in Athens mission, which means we don't actually have to destroy very many buildings, if any. So, but that's not going to be the real problem. The real problem is going to be a little bit later when we have to deal with the Spartans. Yeah, because they're going to be showing up, of course, later on, so
Yes.
let's actually get that taken care of right about now. So, tower here, 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 and here.
Your orders? Where should I go?
I'm comfortable with that troop setup.
Yes. The end is coming. Where should I go? Honor and glory. The end is coming. Where should I go? To victory! Yes. The end is coming. We're under attack. Where should I go? Honor and glory.
That's great.
For the throne.
Oh well, that's kind of my own fault, admittedly. Okay, so the Theban army is about dead.
The Theban army has been routed, and the assembly of Thebes has sued for peace. Macedon has received a tribute of gold and iron from Thebes.
Good.
I have defeated an army and conquered my first great city. But it is an achievement I cannot share with my father.
At least Aristotle's still alive. Good.
Yes, my lord. As you wish.
Okay, so let's see what I need to get. Good news is I should have. Okay, so I'm gonna get 3 more of these guys, since I can get away with that, and then, whoops, 5 simple bowmen.
Yes, my lord. As you wish. Certainly.
Your orders for honor and glory. Yes, the end is coming.
Okay.
Where should I go? Cavalry, forward! To victory! Kingdoms will fall.
Okay, so. Okay, so basic attack and good, that should be good.
Yes, I foresee victory.
So let's see what else we can do with the cavalry spear. Not a whole lot. Okay, how about siege and how about the siege weapons? Let's see what we can do with those. We can get attack or range. I think I'm gonna go with range.
Where should I go? Cavalry, forward!
Okay, so that should.
For honor and glory.
One more. There we go.
Where should I go? Cavalry, forward!
So we've got 20 spearmen, 5 archers, and 5 cavalry. That's pretty good.
End is coming.
So I've got since I've got plenty of food, I'm going to instead get these guys to build more towers.
As you wish.
Where should I go? For the throne! Yes, I foresee victory. Where should I go? Cavalry, forward! I foresee victory. Yes, my lord. Where should I go?
Well, that didn't work out very well for you, did it?
Yes, I foresee victory.
Okay.
Yes.
Got enough for another tower. Okay, where's the hospital? We're gonna go ahead and build a hospital, I guess, around the edge here.
Your orders for the throne. I foresee victory.
Yes, my lord.
Certainly. Yes. As you wish.
There we go.
Yes, my lord.
And
Certainly.
As you wish.
there we go. Now I'm gonna focus on.
Yes. I foresee victory.
So what I'm going to focus on now is defeating, I think it's Athens. Yeah, it should be the Athenians. Ooh.
The
Good.
back of the Athenian army has been broken, and the Assembly of Athens has declared a truce. The Athenian Assembly has also paid a tribute of gold and iron. Sparta,
Good.
threatened by the brilliant young king of Macedon, has entered the war. Even now, Spartan troops are marching on Alexander's capital city.
Well, that shouldn't be that bad. Since we do have plenty of towers to deal with them on. Now we do have to get, let's see if we can get one more built before they show up. Come on. Not quite enough. That could be very bad. Okay. Three, four. Come on. Build it, build it, build it. There we go.
As you wish. Where should I go? Yes.
I'm going to keep Aristotle in reserve for now. I'm going to... Oh. Here the fun begins. Come on.
The city is under attack. If the palace is destroyed, the panicked citizens will revolt, and Alexander's reign will end here.
Yeah, it didn't actually pay off to try to assault my towers like that, did it? Okay, so we've dealt with that one. Now there should be a second wave coming in if I remember correctly. Okay. Now we need to get Aristotle ready. Come on. There we go. And this mission's about done. We did it!
Sparta, Athens, and Thebes have all been defeated by Alexander's armies. Greece is now united under strong Macedonian rule, and greater conquests lie ahead. Soon all the world will know the name Alexander the Great.
Awesome. Well, we pulled it off. Okay, so let's see now. See how we did. Summary, military. Well, yeah, pretty good. But let's see specifics. We lost 21 units, which is low compared to, say, Thebes or even, yeah, both Thebes and Athens lost more each than I did. So that's pretty good. Army size. Well, Sparta beat us on that, but didn't quite work out for him, did it? Yep. Okay, good. Alright. So this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.